Yo guys, what's up? Today I have a little confession to make because I was in France for a long weekend, and while I was there I enjoyed the French food. They're well known for their cheese, for their sausages, and yeah, just different kinds of stuff. And while I was there I also found out that they really like doing off-road motorbiking, or also with a car.
Ça, c'est comme on cherche des champignons ici, hein.
Ici, celui qui aime la nature, il a tout ce qu'il faut.
In some places at least, of course not in the cities, but outside, if you know where to go, there are really nice places. And of course, while I was there, I couldn't resist getting a new motorcycle. And the purchase I did there is something I wanted to import into Switzerland, which is the country I'm living at, because it's something that was never produced here. It was only produced in France. There are some versions of this bike who made it to Switzerland and also other parts of Europe, but this exact bike was only produced for the French market. So they are quite rare. There are some examples in Italy, in France, maybe in Germany, but usually they stay in France, and there's a good reason to it. I will show you in a bit. But before I'm gonna tell you what it is, maybe you've already seen it. The ones who know what it is already spotted it probably. It's got a 600 cubic centimeter engine, so it's quite a big thumper. This is actually the old piston from this exact motorcycle, because the top end was already overhauled. And this is just the piston that was set aside, and I told the owner I need that just to put onto my trophy collection or whatever, because it looks nice and it's actually quite nice thing to see. So yeah, before we talk too long, let me introduce you to the new XT600C 34L Tenere. So this is the original bike, the original Tenere that was produced. This one was first put into circulation on what was it, 84, I guess, in the year of 84. So there was actually a model before that, which was the year previous to that, which technically is exactly the same, with one sole difference. This frame here is already blue, as you have already seen with the 55W, which would be the successor. In this case, it's a 34L, and you can also recognize that by the rectangular pattern on the fuel tank. And if we go see the example I restored previously, that's this one here, you see their kind of angled shape. Also the seat is a bit longer, and they re-engineered the brakes and the suspension on the 55W, so on the second model of the Tenere. And on this bike, as you see, the shapes here are rectangular. So this is the OG original Gauloise blue Tenere. It's actually, for its mileage, in really mint condition. I'm just gonna show you quickly around. Of course, the frame and stuff, that's all rust or just the bare metal coming through. Also, there are some spots here and there, but for its mileage of 56,000 kilometers, it actually looks quite decent. And I already had it running just to check if everything was nice. And the top end was redone, so the engine head was serviced, and also the cylinder was honed to an oversized bore, and then there was also an oversized piston installed to it. And I already spotted some details which are probably not original on the bike, but they're original parts. Just for an example, the exhaust, which looks basically brand spanking new, but this to me shows that the owner took really good care. And actually this bike seems to be out of a second hand, so the buyer who had it before me was actually the second owner. Before, there was a guy who had it from the beginning to almost the end of this journey here, and then at around 50,000 kilometers it changed hands to the previous owner I just recently bought it from. And yeah, you can really see that bike was looked after really nice. There's even the original toolbox in here with the rubber part still nice and flexy, which is probably quite rare. So yeah, now I would suggest let's just dismantle the bike a bit, see what we see, if there's anything which is particularly nice or particularly we need to replace. I see some rusty bolts here and there, also see some scratches and stuff, but I just want to make sure that the main components stay the same, because we still have the issue that this bike is registered in France and not in Switzerland, and we somehow need to get it into a street legal state in Switzerland. This bike, the 34L, was actually used in Switzerland before they started to use their own product codes. That's a specialty because Switzerland did have different emission regulations than other parts of Europe at this age. So since they were not the same as other parts of Europe, they basically made their own versions, as you know it from the 47N, which is basically a 55W or a 34L, but it's just the Swiss version. And then instead of the 1VK, they made a 1VJ. No, it's the other way around. Instead of the 1VJ, they made a 1VK just for Switzerland. Then there's a 2RW. It's just a huge mess, but it basically means you cannot import a Tenere from another country into Switzerland, except maybe this one, since it's got a 33L, and I already looked it up. There is actually a Typenschein, we call it, which is basically just a regulation or a registration, which means this bike was sold here, and there is some kind of record that this model, this exact model, has been distributed in Switzerland and is conforming the laws that were in process during this time. So now I need somebody to confirm that this vehicle I've bought here is exactly matching the type of bike they have registered of a 34L, that it's the same bike, and I'm just in the progress of doing that. If that works, it's absolutely fantastic. That's my goal. If it wouldn't work, then I would have a go around and I would actually find a frame of a registered 34L and then use that frame to just use all my components, of course, powder coat the frame, and then use all the components I do have here for the new frame. With the only downside, the engine number and the chassis number, they won't match anymore, and that's what they do here right now. So this would be kind of a shame, but if we need to do it, we have to do it. So let's see if I can get help to get that type confirmed. If not, we're gonna go plan B, but yeah, let's stay tuned. If you guys want to stay around for a while, I'm gonna post a next video where we're gonna disassemble the bike and just see what's inside, what's underneath. If you're not interested in that, then this video is probably the end for you. If you're interested in it, just click on the next video here, and yeah, we're gonna disassemble the bike in the next step. Thanks for watching, and I wish you have a good time following this project. and I'm so glad I got this baby here. I really love this color scheme, and I want to restore it in a way that it's really nice, but still can be kind of ridden on the road, and it's not like a piece for the museum, piece of art. I don't want to do that. I want the bike like that to be ridden, but I want it to be ridden safe and well looking, of course. So yeah, stay tuned what happens to this bike, and if you have any suggestions on what to do, you can of course leave them in the comment, and I'll try to make them work. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.